the other thing I want to highlight and let you know about is that talk a little bit about our regathering plan in the midst of coronavirus. Our leadership team, as you're probably well aware, has been gathering together and talking a lot about how do we lead through this and when will it be safe for us as a church to start to take first steps to regathering again. We've been watching a lot of indicators on this. We've been taking a look at our local case numbers as well as the amount of positive tests that have turned up here in Leon County by percentage and keeping a close eye on that. We're obviously listening to local and state leaders. And we even did a survey a couple weeks ago where we asked you guys some coronavirus-related questions. And honestly, we were surprised to discover that 79% of you said you would be willing to come back to church the minute the doors open, or you would certainly be open to coming back to gathering together with some precautions, which was, frankly, a little bit surprising to all of us, I think. And so following off the cues, as you're probably aware, this week Governor DeSantis declared that we're lifting some more restrictions as a state. We've decided to take the step into phase 2 of our regathering plan this week. What is phase 2? Well, quite simply, we are lifting the ban on all, just any sort of Crossbridge gatherings, and we are now giving our blessing as a church on any gatherings that you'd like to lead or instigate of 10 or less people, provided social distancing guidelines are adhered to. So think maybe you want to gather your community group together again, or potentially if you want to pray together or something like that. If you wanted to do a watch party on Sunday mornings with some friends or maybe people in your community group, certainly that's an option for stuff like that too. Or just hanging out, that's certainly a valuable thing to do in and of itself. That we'd love to encourage you to do that as you feel ready, as you feel safe, and as you feel comfortable. Now, a couple caveats on that. First thing is, this is not an excuse to let social distancing kind of go lax. You've probably noticed this as you go grocery shopping, just as I have. People are kind of, I think, getting a little too fast and free with some of these guidelines now. We still want to be adhering to those because it is still a very real risk out there. So please make sure to maintain distance. Please wash your hands frequently. If you're serving food or drink, in fact, I'd ask you to try and avoid that. But if you are, make sure to try and do stuff that make sure you're not passing the virus along. Try to meet outside. That's better than inside. And if you're inside, I would certainly recommend that you wear a mask. You may be an asymptomatic carrier and not know it, okay? We still need to practice these guidelines to help one another and keep each other safe. And certainly, for those of your group leaders or maybe people are like, hey, you want to get together? They're like, hey, that's at your discretion. If you're not ready, man, I fully support you in saying I'm not ready. Some of you, as you listen to this announcement, you have that thought, right? Ooh, this is too soon. I'm not sure, Wes. And if that's you, that's totally fine, okay? Please use your best discretion and do what's right for you in this situation, right? Some of us, I know we have pre-existing conditions and things that make us susceptible to coronavirus. And that's you should stay home, right? If you're not comfortable going out, please stay home. That is not going to be an enjoyable experience for you. Don't do it just to do it or because we're starting to do that. And in fact, Crossbridge, I would encourage you, let's make every effort that we can to include people in our gatherings, in our hanging out together who don't feel comfortable going face to face yet. That's great. That's totally fine. That's what we should do as a church. But all that being said, as our government has continued to lift restrictions and as so far we've been okay with coronavirus here in our county, we think it's about time for us to kind of dip our toe in the water a little bit and to start to, maybe get back in the mood of regathering a little bit again. Now, as with any coronavirus announcement, I'm taping this on a Thursday night, okay? This could be all different by Friday morning. In fact, as I'm taping this, we've had 2 pretty bad days in terms of our case count here in Florida. So at any moment, we could say, hey, guys, you know what? We're going to actually let our foot off the gas here a little bit. So I'm kind of giving you a heads up on that, letting you know, and I don't want us to be surprised if that happens. But that being said, I think we are safe to continue moving forward, and I'm excited about the opportunity for us to take this first little step to hopefully being able to regather together as a larger church once again, okay? As we begin to get more comfortable, as our state continues and our local authorities continue to get this situation under more and more control, we hope that soon we will be able to regather together. We're going to go